What a terrible day. Everything is going down. The crypto market is contracting. Ethereum is pushing every altcoin with it. But there is one altcoin that's still shining. And that is the Max AI agent on Solana. It's up 61% today. What's going on? Now, this is not the first video on Max on this channel. I published a video when it was still a very small token. And thus, the video pretty much flopped. Nobody knew about the token, so nobody clicked on the video. So we've got an underperformer. But now, as the price keeps rising, interest starts to slowly kick in again. People are searching for Max. Now, at the time of publishing of that first video, the price was at 2.4 cents. And the market cap was still at 24 million. And sometimes people say that I don't discuss small tokens on this channel, but that's wrong. It's simply the YouTube algorithm that doesn't spread videos like this to a broad audience. Now we are at 17 cents. We are up more than 600% since that first video. Again, a video that was published just 25 days ago. And so if you want to be early next time, then feel free to subscribe over here, right? I try to discuss tokens that are not yet that well known, that have positive momentum, but that also still have a lot of upside as well. Now, with that recent rally, Max is now the 9th largest trending token on Solana with a liquidity pool of 4.7 million. We are not going to discuss the product one more time. It's simply an AI agent. We want to know how much higher can Max potentially go. And maybe even more important than that, what is actually driving the current rally? Who's buying and who's selling here? Now, as usual, we are going to answer this with on-chain analytics, right? That's the beauty of the blockchain. We've got all the transactions 100% transparent. We can see who is doing what on the blockchain. And so right now, the Max token has 15,000 holders. But not all of those holders are created equal, right? Some of them have just a few cents of the token. Others have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of the token. Have a look at this. This is the number of first-time traders versus recurring traders per day. And this is the number of token transactions per day. The first-time traders are in purple. The number of recurring traders is in orange. And we see two very nice waves and a lot of adoption, especially in the last 2 days, where there was even more first-time traders than recurring traders. This means that the investor base is growing. At the same time, we see this kind of waves in the number of token transactions. No surprise here. And of course, something very similar for the trading volume. Now, on the left side, we see the trading volume in US dollars. On the right side, we see the trading volume normalized to 100% for each day. Now, why is this interesting? It's interesting because when we segregate the trading volume by different wallet cohorts, when we look at the small retail investor versus the whale investor, we can see a trend. Over time, the wallets that have less than $1,000 worth of the token tend to make up less and less of the trading volume. The wallets that have between $1,000 and $10,000 worth of the token tend to expand the activity, and especially large retail. So up to $100,000 worth of the token, they are now growing massively in activity. And this is very interesting because the number of holders is actually not going up. So on the left side, we see the number of wallets that have at least 10,000 Max tokens. In the middle, it's 100,000, and on the right, it's 1,000,000 tokens. We can clearly see how the number of investors is going down. But how is it then possible that at the same time, we've got this parabolic run? The demand has to come from somewhere. And here's what I think is going on. Yes, the number of whales is going down, but the ownership by those whale wallets is going up. In other words, there are a few whales that buy up a lot of the supply. And here is the proof. Who dominates the ownership? It's not anymore small retail or medium-sized retail or large retail. It's the whales. Wallets that have less than $100,000 worth of the token now only own roughly 20% of the supply. 80% of the supply is now owned by wallets that have at least $100,000 worth of the token. Just have a look at how quickly the value that's held by the whales is shooting up. From the first peak in the middle of December to today, we see a 7x in ownership, while small retail during the same time increased their ownership maybe only by 40%. So there are clearly some whales that are buying everything up, and I believe that's the market makers. I believe that's the centralized exchanges. I believe it's the Wintermutes and Binances of this world. Now, we are currently in an expanding market. There's money flowing in from traditional finance into crypto. We can see this in the stablecoin market cap. cap. I like this chart quite a lot because it has very little volatility and it shows us very clearly if we are currently contracting and we should be betting on falling prices, or if we are expanding and money is flowing into crypto and we should be betting on rising prices. Since October of 2023, the circulating stable supply has grown by 62%. We are now at $188 billion. When you're sending your hard-earned fiat to Binance, Binance then sends this over to a stablecoin issuer that takes custody of the funds and that then afterwards issues the tokens on the blockchain. And we can see the issuance here in the chart. The thing is though that returns are now very much asymmetric. We can't anymore just buy 100 different altcoins and hope to outperform Bitcoin with that. Have a look at the top performing categories in the last 7 days. It's meme coin related, it's the pump.fun ecosystem, it's AI. So unless your portfolio has nothing but AI and meme coins, you're likely underperforming just plain and simply holding Bitcoin. Here is what didn't perform that well. Privacy coins, real world asset protocols, bridge tokens, proof of work tokens, lending and borrowing protocols. And why did those tokens perform worse than say the meme coins and the AI agents? It's because of tokenomics. Everybody got burnt after the DeFi summer because of token unlocks, right? Venture capitalists sold all their allocations. And so when we're speculating with a lot of risk anyways, when we buy all of those altcoins and we want to get the upside, why not simply play fairly player versus player? This is, I believe, why AI and why the meme coins are doing that well. Here, have a look at this, right? This is the tokenomics of the balancer token. This is how much the balancer supply increased over time. Within the span of 4 to 5 years, the supply more than 3x'd. And that then means that the token has to underperform Bitcoin and Ethereum. Over here, this is the balance price relative to Ethereum. So not to the US dollar, because when Ethereum and when Bitcoin goes up, then of course balancer goes up as well, but it's always about relative performance. Do we get more performance by taking on more risk compared to just buying Bitcoin? And for most tokens, unfortunately, the answer is no. We don't see that outperformance, right? Balancer versus ETH did very, very poorly. And that is why people now get into meme coins, etc. Because the supply is not expanding. We do not see an underperformance of literally 99%. What performed the best in the last 7 days? SPX 6900 and Fartcoin. Both are meme coins. SPX 6900 is now at $1.53. Fartcoin is at $1.34. And it's always about being early. Now, how fair is meme coin trading? It's 100% player versus player, but at least it's not venture capitalists or insiders or team versus player. But player versus player in the end still means that the player that has most information and that has most skills tends to make most money. So simply just gambling on altcoins isn't going to cut it. It's about getting the right info. And so have a look at SPX 16900. There are several alerts here, and Kyle Chessy bought the token at 47 cents. Again, now we are more than 3x that value. Or have a look at Fartcoin. Kyle Chessy bought at 4.5 cents. And he's not buying small amounts, right? He's buying 20K over here. Those 4 to 5 cents turned into $1.34. So that's a 25x from here, right? If you make bets like this, it's okay if half of the bets, if even 3/4 of the bets go down. It's really an approach comparable to what the professionals are doing, right? It's buying a lot of small things, but only buying a lot of things where there's a lot of upside. You don't want to buy a lot of large altcoins. You want to buy a lot of small ones, and you want to only buy the things where the insiders have some knowledge. So I've talked about Kyle Chessy now twice in this video. Here is his YouTube channel. He's got 141,000 subscribers. And the reason why we've got these kind of alerts is because we track his wallets. We've got 12 of Kyle Chessy's wallets in total. Have a look at this. This is Crypto Banter. They've got 1.1 million subscribers. And here's the thing with crypto. There isn't a lot of regulation, right? A lot of people simply buy a token and then afterwards promote it on YouTube. And so when a channel with 1.1 million subscribers talks about a token, of course this generates attention. Of course attention leads to purchases, and of course purchases lead to rising prices. And we've got 33 of Crypto Banter's wallets. We know when they are buying and selling. Or check this out. Alex Becker's channel, 1.55 million subscribers, even more. We've got 12 of his wallets. Making money in crypto, I believe, is all about buying with the anticipation that more people will buy afterwards. Now, if influencers buy something and they talk about something, it's likely that there will be a lot of purchases afterwards, right? Depending on how large the token is, of course, and how large the following of the influencer is. If Alex Becker is talking about Bitcoin going up, it's very unlikely that that's going to move the needle. But if Kyle Chessy is buying Fartcoin for 4 cents, then this might move the needle. Now, I like this strategy that much that I made a dedicated tutorial section just on this topic. How can we find influencer wallets? How can we track influencer wallets? And how can we interpret the signals that we get from the tracking? It's all part of the premium membership of this channel. Feel free to check it out. It's thebitcointrader.com. Premium is not just about wallet tracking. It's also about risk mitigation. It's also about on-chain analytics. There's more than 100 tutorial videos in total in premium. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $165 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't learn anything, etc., just message me within the first 7 days and I'll refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. Now, does it make sense to still buy the Max token? I believe the answer is yes, because I do not see how the whales stop accumulating. They seem to continue buying. And at the same time, we haven't yet seen the centralized exchange listing announcements. Once we see that announcement, we probably see another bump up. Again, currently still 20% of token supply is held by comparatively small wallets. This will likely go down to 10%, maybe even 5%. The whales are going to continue to buy more. Meanwhile, pretty much all of the trading volume still happens on decentralized exchanges. This will also change, mark my words. Just look at this table. 2 or 3 weeks from now, we will get the centralized exchange listings. And with those listings, we will see higher prices. Within the AI agents space, Max is currently at 118 million of market cap. But we've got way larger AI agents. A 2x would bring us to Game. A 4x would bring us to AI XBT, a 5x to Fraser AI. So there's definitely more room to grow. We can definitely go to 50 cents here. Here's a comparison with other Pump.Fun ecosystem tokens. Again, once we get the centralized exchange listings, we are easily at 300 to 400 million. And if you wanted to call Max and Solana meme coin, then there's also, of course, way more upside. There's things like Bonk, there's things like Book of Meme, there's things like Fartcoin. So I am planning to buy some Max as well. I don't have any Max yet, but after releasing of this video, I will buy as well. I always try to make a video first before buying because I don't want to pump and dump on this audience. I try to not get into this conflict of interest that many other YouTubers have. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video or see you in premium. Cheers.